Hey folks, happy Thursday. Welcome to Advisory. I hope you guys are all doing well. Before we get started on our topic today of setting short-term goals, I had our crack team of Advisory student correspondents go out and ask you, who has the best fries?
Okay, so for me, I think the best fries are Chick-fil-A fries or McDonald's fries because they're really good. McDonald's fries are nice and salty too. That's it.
Ya, espérate. ¿Ya? Ok. Yo pienso que las mejores papas fritas de comer rápido serían las de Burger King, porque las hacen en el momento y están recién hechas, o sea, salen calentitas.
Para mí las mejores papas son las de Wingstop porque vienen mejores cocidas y tienen sal.
Um, I think the best type of fries are the curly fries because they're just like a fun shape, and they're good.
So I think the best fries are from Chick-fil-A.
Why are they the best fries?
You say why?
What? Oh, ¿por qué? Because they're good. I don't know. They have the waffles and it makes it good with ketchup.
Yeah, go whenever you're ready.
How to look? Good, bro. I think. So I just go whenever. The best fries are the ones from Buffalo Wild Wings, because they use like 3 ingredients: potatoes, salt, and beef tallow. That's all you need.
McDonald's, they're always fresh, super salty, top tier. Chick-fil-A, overrated.
No me veo. Okay, good. So, best fries will be definitely McDonald's. They're soggy but crispy and salty, which is good.
My favorite fries is Popeyes from Popeyes because they're really good and yummylicious. You should try them.
Personally, I like sweet potato fries. Honestly, they're just the best. Non-greasy and healthy.
All right, thank you to my Advisory student correspondents. If you would like to join the Advisory student correspondence team to work on things like that, interviews and news reports, we meet every Wednesday from 4:30 to 5 in H300. That's my office. And we're going to meet there until we're too big of a group to meet there, and we'll find another space. But if you would like to join us and you'd like to do things like that, please join us on Wednesday afternoons from 4:30 to 5. Also, I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think the best fries are, so you can debate that with your class in your advisory groups if you want. The last academic skill that we're going to talk about before the break is setting short-term goals. You know, yesterday we were talking about motivation and how motivation can be intrinsic and extrinsic. And it was mentioned that one of the ways that we can motivate ourselves is to set goals for ourselves, which is what we're going to focus on today. I wanted to start off by talking about short-term goals. Short-term goals are things that you can accomplish within a short amount of time, by the end of the day, by the end of the week, before a specific due date. And in order for a goal to be successful, in order for a goal to work for us as an effective motivator, a successful goal has to be these things. One, it has to be reasonable and realistic. You don't want to set goals that are too lofty or too difficult to achieve, because the feeling of not being able to achieve that goal is going to be pretty painful, and it's going to make it harder for you to motivate yourself with goals in the future. So they have to be reasonable and realistic. You know, maybe I want to get better at guitar. My short-term goal is not going to be to play to a sold-out crowd at AT&T Stadium. That is not necessarily reasonable and not realistic at this point. Although AT&T Stadium, if you're looking for, I don't know, somebody to open up for Taylor Swift or something like that, call me.
We'll do business.
But maybe a more realistic and reasonable goal in that same direction is I want to practice guitar 5 times this week. There's a number to that. It's realistic. I can get that done within a short amount of time. And when I get that done, it will feel better than not reaching a goal that is way too far out or way too unreasonable. Number 2, they have to focus on a specific outcome. I can't just say, I want to get better at guitar, because getting better is not specific enough of an outcome. How do I want to get better? Maybe I want to learn this specific song by a certain amount of time. Maybe I want to learn 2 or 3 more scales on the instrument. Whatever it is, you have to be specific about what the outcome is so that you know for sure when you have achieved it. And a successful goal is able to be achieved by following a specific particular set of actions. You should know what it will take from you and what you have to do to achieve that goal. If it's hard to find the roadmap to achieving a goal, then the goal may be too broad or not focus on a specific outcome. So that's what a good goal is. That's how short-term goals work. There are two categories of goals that I want to think about, and that is personal goals and academic or school-related goals. Personal goals are very, very important. They focus on your life outside of work and school. They can include things like hobbies or your social life or your personal wellness. Whatever it is about your life outside of school that you want to achieve, that is important to set as well. And that goes for when you enter the workforce. If all you do all the time is wake up, go to work, and go home, and you don't have any personal goals, then life gets pretty boring pretty quickly. So some examples of personal, short-term, achievable, realistic goals are practice guitar 3 times a week, or maybe meet and get to know one new person, or maybe collectively run 5 miles. Realistic and reasonable, they have a specific outcome, and there are certain things that you can do to achieve that goal. There's a very clear roadmap to achieving one of these goals. Academic goals, of course, are important. They focus on what you want to accomplish in school. These can include specific assignments, study habits, organizing or time management skills, any of the academic skills that we've been talking about. But again, a good short-term goal is specific and reasonable. And so an example of this would be maybe to turn in all your daily work by Friday, right? We've talked about getting things done right before the Thanksgiving break. I think that's a very reasonable thing to get work done before you go into a break. Maybe a good goal could be to go to tutoring at least twice this week, or answer at least 3 teacher questions out loud during my classes this week. These are very reasonable, they're very achievable, and they have a specific outcome that you're looking for. So the next activity is going to be something similar to this right here, and you can do this activity on paper. I also have a digital version for you to use. But if you make a very simple chart or list like this, where it's got the goal at the top and then a few specific actions or steps that you need to take to achieve that goal, you can start to see a very easy to follow roadmap. So remember, it's got to be specific and realistic. So by certain amount of time, I want to blank, whatever it might be. And then below you list out the actions. And you know that these are the steps that you need to commit to between now and the end of the time frame that you set up. So here's my example of maybe a weekly goal. So maybe by next Wednesday, I want to eat less takeout food. Okay, that has a time frame, right? By next Wednesday, but it's not a really specific or achievable outcome. Just eating less takeout food. What does that mean? Plus, it's a restrictive goal. It's telling me to not do something rather than giving me something to actually do. And so you want your goals to be an action that you're doing, not just something to avoid. And so instead of saying I want to eat less takeout food, I can say I want to cook for at least 3 meals. That gives me a specific amount of things to do. That gives me, okay, I'm going to do 3 meals. And naturally, I'm going to eat less takeout food because I'll be cooking at home and I'll probably have leftovers and things like that. So my steps to achieving this is making my grocery list, going to the grocery store Wednesday after work, and cooking Wednesday, Friday, and maybe sometime this weekend. Those are achievable steps that I can take that will get me to my desired outcome. So now it's your turn. In advisory today, I want you to try to write 2 short-term goals. You can do this in a journal that you keep, on a piece of paper, or on a Google Doc that I've provided for you at this link. It gives you the template. All you got to do is fill it out, so that might be easiest for you. But I want you to think about it short term. Maybe you want to do something by the end of Thanksgiving break. Maybe you want to do something by the end of school tomorrow. Whatever it is, just make sure it is a short enough time frame, and try to do at least 1 personal goal and 1 academic goal. I think that balance is very important, to have goals in school, but also in our life. So go ahead and go to that next slide. Enjoy that activity. Be good to yourself and others, and I will see you tomorrow.